day again. Next up here we have Julius Zubė. He is Development Cooperation Advisor for NRD Companies. First of all, sir, nice to see you. Break down, who is NRD?
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you, everybody. NRD Companies is a global GovTech consultancy and software developing company. We work in all regions around the world, helping different governments with their digital public infrastructure.
Okay, I understand. So why is it important that government infrastructure projects are not just fire and forget, not just a slick consulting company coming in and here's your thing and off you go, like to have that partnership? Why is that important?
Well, first of all, we need to define what is a successful digital public infrastructure.
Okay.
And in our view, it is infrastructure that is long-lasting and adapts to the needs and growing needs of the institution and the population that basically uses it. And usually for us, it is focusing not only on the digital and the digital public infrastructure, but the public part. It is a public reform process, and we need to enable the institution to successfully implement the public reform. The public reform, from our perspective, is ensured through a dedicated co-creation process. We need to focus on the local needs and challenges. We cannot just copy best international practices and just, copy paste it there. We need to also basically work with the leadership and the staff actually responsible for the digital public infrastructure. And most critically, we need to provide them with the source code of the systems that we provide to them, because otherwise they can be locked in a relationship that they want to change or adapt, and this is how we really enable them. Simultaneously, what we really recommend to all of our partners and all of the institutions, work with local companies wherever you work with. Involve them in a system development, make them learn how it works, so when there is a need for maintenance and support, the country can rely on its own talent.
I like where you're going there. There's a lot to unpack. I love it. So I'm hearing first of all, that the technology solution really is just like one component of this.
Absolutely.
And so it's not just, we deliver product and we're done. And really that human, that public sector component, as you say, is so vital. I mean, it's inherently what we're doing here with government. So you just can't ignore it. That's why inherently you need to have these local people coming in, local institutions, and working with the public sector people.
Yes, absolutely. You are 100% correct. And the key is you can have the most beautiful and efficient system, but if there is no one who has a vested interest in making sure that it grows organically and cares of the population, it's a pointless system.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's why we focus on what we say co-creation. Focusing on identifying what are the issues you're dealing with. For example, we had a project in Belize. We came in 2020. The country still didn't have the first e-service in the country. So we could have assumed that, they are not advanced and we should just tell them what we did in other countries and they will just have to learn. Instead, we focused on really understanding what are the needs and challenges, and this led us to developing the first e-service in Belize with a digital business registry, as well as following that civil registry and a collateral registry. So I think that is particularly important.
That's interesting because what I'm hearing there is, because it's not cookie cutter, because it's about the needs of the people and the needs of the government. What is the first service is going to be different in every country. And you had to do that work to say, where do we even start with this? And then you found a place maybe of low resistance or a biggest problem area. How did you go about identifying that first place?
Well, usually the key is listening to what the institution needs, because
listening. Sorry.
Listening. Sorry. Listening to what the institution needs, and very often just co-creating with them, identifying, design thinking, also understanding what the population needs. So it's particularly critical to also involve them in the consultation processes. Another thing is also, even if you decide what the first solution should be, you can never set it in stone. You can always need to change, adapting to the needs.
Right, sure. Right, local people, local jobs, local solutions, that's really what you're helping to enable.
We have even a dedicated product, as we call GovTech Lab Accelerator. It is inspired by the experience of GovTech Labs commonly implemented in Europe as well as in other growing countries, where we advise the other countries how to establish such institutions. These institutions focus on identifying challenges of a government institutions that they define themselves and then connecting them with the local ICT talent and startups. So they build their own national innovation systems and slowly build their own digital public infrastructure that can successfully be long-lasting and change the needs of the country.
Very interesting. Julius, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.